But today we are going to put emotions aside and go to the 10 most powerful and dangerous warriors in the history of Korean dramas, those whose names made the enemy tremble. The list I prepared may be a bit controversial, so be sure to watch it to the end and tell me if you agree with rank 1 or not. Let's go to rank 10. Rank 10. Goguryeo from the series Tae-ju-young. We will start the list with Tae-ju-young's most loyal friend. Goguryeo was from the Kitten tribe and his fighting style was completely savage and powerful. The scary thing about Goguryeo was that fatigue did not mean anything to him. He was an expert in guerrilla warfare and usually used 2 short swords or daggers, which increased his speed tremendously. If you remember, he brought Tae-ju-young's life many times, and even when he was wounded, he was still 10 against the opponent, a bodyguard that every prince would dream of. Rank 9. Yeomjang from the series Emperor of the Sea may have been a negative character, but his swordsmanship cannot be ignored. Yeomjang was a trained assassin. What set him apart from the rest was that he killed cleanly. He had learned to take down an opponent with the slightest movement. His cold gaze before drawing his sword would win half the fight. In the series, we saw that even Jang Bogo, the Emperor of the Sea, could hardly stop Yeomjang's swift and deadly attacks. He was the epitome of pure technique. Ranking 8. Prince Dasu from the series Legend of Jumong. Many people only know Dasu as a jealous person, but let's be fair. Dasu trained his whole life to surpass Jumong. He had extraordinary physical strength. Dasu's sword blows were so heavy that they broke the opponent's guard. In major battles, Dasu was always a line breaker and wore heavy armor. His shooting skills may not have reached Jumong, but in hand-to-hand combat, he was a real tank that could crush any soldier. Rank 7. General Gaebak from the series The Fate of a Warrior. If you are looking for the meaning of zeal, you should see Gaebak. He was the last general of Baekje. His most famous historical scene is where he stood in front of the 50,000-strong army of Silla and Tang with 5,000 soldiers and defeated them 4 times. Gaebak used to swing his sword as if he had nothing to lose. He was not just a warrior, he was a strategist who used his sword to boost the morale of his soldiers 1,000-fold. Rank 6. Bidam from the series Queen Seondeok. We have reached the craziest swordsman on the list. Bidam was the student of Mano, Legend of the Hwarangs. Bidam's fighting style had no rules. He was unpredictable, laughing in the middle of the fight and attacking from angles that no one expected. Bidam's speed with the sword was so fast that the human eye could not see it. He was a combination of genius and madness, which made even the most skilled generals afraid to fight him. His tragic end showed that he was a one-man army. Rank 5. General Haemuso from the TV series Jumong Legend, Jumong's real father and leader of the Damol group. Haemuso was the master of masters. Haemuso's power was proven when he was blinded. Remember, he defeated dozens of people in a cave without even seeing, just by hearing the sound of the wind and the movement of the opponent. He was the one who walked on water, and his sword was like lightning. If Haemuso had not been captured and died early, he would definitely be number 1 on this list. He was a legend that would never be repeated. Rank 4. Moyeol from the series Emperor of the Winds, the grandson of Jumong who showed that his grandfather's blood was in his veins. Moyeol was weak at the beginning of the series, but became the god of war. In the series Emperor of the Winds, Moyeol was known for his heavy sword. He would turn his anger into strength. When he entered the battlefield, he had no mercy. He was the one who was able to bring the Baekje Empire to its knees and avenge his ancestors. Moyeol's blows were devastating. Ranking 3-3, Huxodl from the series Taeju-young's sworn brother and the darling of hearts. Huxodl may not have had sophisticated techniques, but his arm strength was the size of 10 men. He usually used spears or very large swords. No one will forget the scene of his death. He stood alone in front of the Tang army so that his brother could escape. He was shot so many times, but he still died standing and did not fall to his knees. Huxodl was a symbol of pure power and loyalty. Rank 2-2, Taeju-young from the TV series Taeju-young was the founder of the Balhae Empire. Why is Taeju-young second? Because he had the most complete package: intelligence, speed, and skill. Taeju-young was someone who started out as a slave and rose to kingship. He defeated the greatest generals of China in hand-to-hand combat in the worst weather conditions and with the least resources. He would quickly find an opponent's weak point and finish the job with one blow. Taeju-young's patience and focus were unparalleled in history. Ranked 1-1 Jumong from the TV series Legend of Jumong, and finally number 1, Emperor Jumong. Why Jumong? Because he was more than just a swordsman. He was the best archer in Korean history who could shoot 3 arrows at the same time. He also invented a style of swordsmanship that combined speed and power. Jumong had a high kai, and when he drew his sword, no one could stand in his way. He went from being a rejected prince to the greatest conqueror in history. Jumong is without a doubt the most complete warrior in the world of K-drama. Well friends, that was my top 10 list. I know there are many who are missing, like Yangam, who was a chef of course, or characters from the new series. Now it's your turn. Who do you think is missing? And in a real fight, would Hamusu win or Jumong? Be sure to comment your opinion. I read them all with love. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more facts. Until the next video, goodbye.